Hi everybody and welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Hope you had a brilliant weekend. Today we're going to be going over the charts, we're going to be looking at the markets, and we'll look at the Ethereum charts, the Bitcoin charts, and we'll look at some news stories as well. And I'm going to look at how we can make money in crypto as well. I want to kind of show you that towards the end of the video, so make sure you kind of stay tuned for that as well. It's going to be really good. So we'll jump into the market just now and see what's happening. Okay, CoinMarketCap is showing we have an overall market capitalization of $282 billion with the Bitcoin dominance of 62.8%. Bitcoin itself, 9,748, was lower than that. It's now coming back up, and we'll take a look at the chart in a second. Who's the winners and losers? We have Wakey Chain up 33% in at 94. That puts it back in at 94 in the top 100. Kyber Network still doing well, up 12%. And the rest, Celia, Molecular, Future, Lisk, a couple of other risers as well, but not that much in the green today, unfortunately. So we've got about 20% in the green, 80% in the red. Who's the biggest loser? We have Swipe at 10.38%, Monocoin, Blockstack, Aeon, Tezos down, Hedera Hashgraph down as well. Again, kind of middle of the road. It's a kind of sideways day today, nothing really much happening today. Okay, let's look at the Ethereum chart. I want to show you something here that I've been looking at over the last couple of months. This has been forming, and we can see here, if we kind of zoom down, we'll go to auto first. We can see this big structure. I'm going to get rid of these. These were kind of breakout triangles. So you can see this bigger structure here. This is going back to 2015, and we've got what's called a kind of megaphone structure here. Forming just now, and has been forming since, as I said, about 5 years. For 5 years this has been in the making. But what normally happens is we've got support line here for this megaphone structure, and we've got a resistance line up there, and we can see that's been hit a couple of times. Support line been hit a couple of times as well. So we've got this megaphone structure in play, and we're at close to the bottom of that megaphone structure, I'd say. But the big thing is, if we kind of zoom down here, we could jump up to here and literally go to, it's kind of off the charts, and it's about 140 at 1 point something million dollars or something. We're talking kind of crazy times. This is not going to happen, but this is within this megaphone structure. This, as I say, has been forming for 5 years now, so it's not going to be within the space of a couple of months or anything like that. But we've got support here. This is the main thing. We've got support here all the way up into 2021, 2022. We've got support here, which kind of shows we could go to $1,500 quite easily by the end of 2021. I think it's going to be before that. I think we're going to move up. And if we extrapolated kind of what's happened, say back here, if we kind of do a bar chart pattern here and can extrapolate and put it on to here, because this was over the space of 6 months or something. It went up from about kind of $8 all the way up to $470. Then it kind of climbed again to $1,500. But if we can extrapolate that information, looked at it, we can say, right, we're going to go up to $8,200 by mid-June 2020. Now, do I believe that's going to happen? No. I don't believe that's going to happen with Ethereum. Do I believe it's going to go much higher? Yes, there's no doubt that Ethereum is going to go much higher. But we can't kind of just look at history and extrapolate the information and kind of put it onto here. But I do believe we are going to go much higher for Ethereum. That's just kind of looking at charts and kind of daydreaming almost. We're still in this ascending channel here, which is a good thing for Ethereum. It means we could go effectively down to 242, still be within that bullish ascending channel. Looks like we could go higher from here as well, all the way up. We're looking for that. Really, for me, it's for $380. So it's still extremely bullish for Ethereum. We're hitting that 7-day EMA again. We're bouncing off the 7 EMA, which is the exponential moving average. So keep bouncing off that. Anything below that, I would imagine it could go down to about 240. That would be the lowest to see it going to, and then a bounce back up from there. But I can see $300 being hit very, very soon. I've been saying that for a while. Well, I've been saying it for a week, but I do think it could be hit very, very soon. Okay, let's jump over to the Bitcoin chart. So we can see Bitcoin If we kind of go here, so this is on the daily chart just now, and you can see we were in an ascending kind of pattern, a channel here, but we've now come down to a descending channel, which actually could be a bullish thing for Bitcoin. And we're at the top of that just now, so it needs to kind of break this line here. We're closer, we have been at the top of it, and it keeps on bouncing down. You can see that's hit that a couple of times, bounced down, hit it there, around about 10,000, bounced down, came out, just tried to break out of it, kind of came back down again. So it's knocking on that door, and it has been a couple of times. So we should, if we can get a breakout from here, we should be going up to that 10,500, knock on the door of 10,500 and break through that pattern again. If we do kind of break below this, we're looking at 9,200 as a bottom for it, or around about 9,000 area is going to be the bottom for it. But this is a bullish. For me, I'm still extremely bullish on Bitcoin as well. It's just breaking out of this 10,000. Once we break out of that, hit the 10,500 area, break out of that, then we're on up to this 11,200 area. So it's still looking good for Bitcoin, still very bullish on Bitcoin as well. Now we'll just look at a couple of news stories. These three factors show Bitcoin is still bullish despite correction from 10,500. So factor one, RSI is holding strong. The trend remains intact. So the RSI, Twitter user, so we're at 50.11. Bulls still have control daily RSI above 50 just now. So we're still looking good on the RSI as well, as what they're saying in this article. Factor number two, interest is rising. So this has been underscored by the fact that interest in Bitcoin and related topics is rapidly rising, with retail interest being the catalyst that's saying the cryptocurrency market so much higher in 2017. They're saying the same is happening again. This is bitcoineconomics.io. It started to climb again since December 2019 when there was a higher low. My conclusion, Bitcoin price may be higher in May 2020 because of that. So that's very, very true. And that obviously a lot of people were searching the term Bitcoin, and now they're searching the term halving, etc. as well. Factor three, money continues to flow into Bitcoin. So this is from Bitcoinist again. CMF remains above zero line in a falling channel, and there is still money flowing into Bitcoin, although notably less than a few weeks ago. And this is a check in money flow, and this is what the CMF stands for. And if it's as long as it's above here and above the zero, then it's still looking good for Bitcoin. So it's another indicator, but you could really say that about anything. This is kind of statistics again. You could find anything to say that Bitcoin is bullish. You could find anything to say that Bitcoin is bearish as well. It just depends. Is bias towards what you're looking to happen with Bitcoin. I'm biased towards the upside. A lot of people are biased towards the downside. So you're going to find whatever you want to find, which is confirmation bias. And it happens in every single area of our life, and cryptocurrency is no different. So that confirmation bias is there. For me, I'm biased towards the upside, as I said. Okay, Ethereum's weekly close above $275 has analysts over the moon. So we'll go to the weekly on Ethereum and just see what they're talking about here. So this was the weekly. We're just start of another week, and it's just coming down, obviously. But it closed at just above $275 in the previous week, up to the 24th. We've started a new week here, and it's down just now. But they're saying in this article that because it closed above $275, a lot of people are extremely bullish on it. So this was Teddy on Bitcoin as well. Weekly close above 275 is beyond bullish. Anything below that I see is a rejection from key resistance, suggesting that it may revisit 225 area, which is something we spoke about as well. So from an extremely short-term perspective, Analysts Cactus published the below chart and accompanying message saying, in that message, the trader wrote that weekly close above 267 is extremely positive, adding that such a close is likely to send Ethereum towards $290 in the coming days. So I need to see if that happens or not. Japan, the next country to mint a digital currency. So with finance ministers and central bank governors having recently discussed crypto regulations at the 20 Summit, Japan is taking notice. So the Bank of Japan in particular plans to be prepared for issues related to Japan adopting a digital currency. And the governor previously stated there's no demand for a state-sanctioned digital currency in Japan, but still recognised one could arise once the regulatory challenges and risks were properly addressed. So it could be that developments abroad may be feeling this, with People's Bank of China looking at one, Bank of England, European Central Bank, and central banks in Sweden, Canada and Switzerland have announced they would conduct a joint study on digital currencies with the Bank for International Settlements. Meanwhile, the US Internal Revenue Service is preparing to hold a cryptocurrency summit in March as well. And this is a news story as well, that YouTube, a lot of crypto YouTubers are getting a little bit peed off with what's happening on YouTube. They're getting suspended or they're getting banned. CYT-Crypto had kind of put a tweet out yesterday, and I was in support of CYT-Crypto and wrote to YouTube as well. He said he's been suspended. I think IvanOnTech has been suspended, and a few others have been suspended as well, which is not a good thing. It's not a cool thing for YouTube to do, especially in this kind of blockchain age where we've got other alternatives for YouTube. However, the other alternatives are not fully developed yet. You've got BitTube, you've got kind of library.tv as well, or lbry.tv, which I'm trying to transfer my videos over. I tried to do it with BitTube last year, it just didn't work, so I just gave up on it. But with library, I'm going to try that today. Well, I've done it this morning and tried to transfer everything over, so it'll take a while to transfer all the videos over. But it's just to upload all the videos that I've got. Yeah, so I've got 551 videos. So because I've got a small channel, it doesn't matter as much because I've got a small channel, but I don't want to try and make this a big channel and then find out a year down the line that I'm going to be banned from YouTube because a load of people have just kind of writing something against me, or they're trying to get me banned or something like that. And I think that's what's happening just now, and I think YouTube are to blame here as well. They're not getting it right, and there's been a lot of disgruntled YouTubers out there as well. So we need something different. Still on YouTube just now, it's still the best platform out there just now without a doubt, but we need something different. So I'm going to transfer everything over to library.tv or lbry.tv. I'll leave a link down below and see how that goes. But if you see anybody getting banned, support them. Just go to Twitter and try and get them back on again. It's just ridiculous what YouTube are doing. They should have a much better system than we've got just now. I thought this was quite cool. The Big Bang Theory's Jim Parsons explains blockchain and crypto on The Simpsons. So the most recent episode, called Frinkcoin, of the American animated sitcom The Simpsons, explained how blockchain and cryptocurrencies work. I'm going to show you a video of that just now.
I will explain cryptocurrency by clicking a link to TV's most beloved scientist, Mr. Jim Parsons.
People think I'm a nerd, but I'm actually super cool. That's why I'm here to talk about the really cool subject of distributed consensus-based cryptocurrency. Kachinga. Could a nerd do that? I don't think so. For cryptocurrency to work, we need a record of every transaction that occurs. These are recorded in what's called a distributed ledger.
I'm a consensus of shared and synchronized digital data spread across multiple platforms from Shanghai to Grenada. Each day I'm closer to being cash of the future, not in your wallet, I'm in your computer. Oh yeah!
When you use the currency, the transaction is recorded in the ledger.
I can dig it.
And when one ledger book gets filled up, we add to a chain of previous books. That's the blockchain.
Later, glitches.
If you'd like to learn more about how cryptocurrencies work, here's everything else you need to know. And goodbye from me, super cool Jim Parsons. It went in! 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 You saw it! It went in!
So I thought that was quite cool, and it's been brought to the masses this way and just kind of explained it in a very simple way. But people are getting to know about crypto. It doesn't matter how they get to know about it, they're getting to know about it. So I thought that was quite cool. Okay, Bitcoin could be the only solution for coming global recession. So whilst the stock market continues posting all-time highs, economists are suggesting that the global economy is nearing a recession. A host of indicators point to global financial failure, and the governments appear powerless to stop it. could Bitcoin step in? This is another use case for kind of Bitcoin being a hedge. I would imagine this is what they're looking at. And they're talking about the global debt and what's happened with the banks, with the coronavirus as well. Central banks around the world have effectively spent all their ammunition to protect against recession, which is very true. The general belief has been that reducing interest rates and injecting liquidity through borrowing would protect the economy. That's not happened at all. So they're saying here, Bitcoin to the rescue. We'll see. A lot of these kind of articles, you see it as well. It's just kind of provides another use case for Bitcoin. So I want to talk about how do you make money in crypto? Well, there's a lot of ways to make money in crypto, particularly if you're kind of investing, trading and stuff like that. Obviously, the number one way would be to hodl. If you kind of bought Bitcoin, I don't know, 2010, 2011, you'd have been in the money just now. But that's not the only way to do it. Obviously, it depends when you buy. If you bought it at $20,000, you'd be down just now. You'd be down 50% just now. So it just depends on when you buy. So you could hodl. You could hodl from here. You could buy and hodl for the next 5 years or something if you really believe that crypto is going to be around, that Bitcoin is going to be around, it's still going to be the king. Then you could buy and hodl just now. Same with Ethereum as well. Ethereum seems to be the big kind of platform that everybody's going to be using for the DeFi space and the gaming space and everything as well. Buy and hodl, that's one way to make money. The next way to make money is to trade. This is kind of part of what I do as well. If you go into Binance being the biggest one, you can actually trade, day trade. And this is what my kind of in the premium group, I kind of give calls out every day or nearly every day, around about 25, 30 per month calls to say, okay, this could go up by more than 5, 10, 15, 20%. And we've had a lot of success with that as well. So you could day trade as well. Or what you can do is look for hidden gems. This is another thing I do in the premium group as well, is look for hidden gems, do a video on it, just say this could go up by 10x, 100x in the next year or two. And this is trying to pick winners of the future. So a lot of coins out there just now are just shit coins. We know that. They've not got a product, they've not got a good team, they've not been updating much, they've not been doing much, and they're just going to disappear. But if we can find quality coins and projects just now, I think this is where we could make a lot of money as well as supporting the projects that we like. Constellation comes to mind here as well. That looks as if it's going to be a big one for the future as well. I'm just going to show you. So I'm just going to show you here. This is on KuCoin. KuCoin, you find a lot of hidden gems. There's a lot of hidden gems on KuCoin. Koti is one of them. We found that and kind of mentioned that and did the spot when it was 126 Satoshi. It's now 316 Satoshi. And it's going up all the time. You can see that meteoric rise. And I said here, once it breaks out here, it's going to do extremely well. It's broke out and to the upside, and it's 350, and it's not stopping just now. DAG as well. We've spoke about that. I've done a 10-minute spotlight on DAG, which is Constellation, which is a big data solution. I'm going to be speaking to the CEO on Tuesday and hopefully getting an interview later on as well. It's meant to be last week, but it was postponed. So hopefully I'll get to speak to him on Tuesday. So looking forward to that. But DAG is another one. It kind of said around about 150, I think it was. At the time, it's now gone up to 183. Expect that to break way above kind of 250 very soon as well. SpendCoin I'm looking at, UTK I'm looking at as well. OLT, I've just done a video on that, which is one ledger, which could be really big as well. And Chromia as well, I've looked at. That's actually going down just now. I do expect that to go back up kind of big time. We've had a big rise from 120 Satoshi all the way up to about 330, come back down again. So it's like a cup and handle formation that's we're getting just now. So that could go up as well. So that's another way to make money in crypto. And to be honest, this is my preferred way. I'm moving more away from the trading, the day trading. Still doing the calls. I've not done one for 5 days because of the volatility in the markets just now, and I've not seen a brilliant opportunity yet. But there will be opportunities come up in the next couple of days. So I think this is the next best way. So you look for these hidden gems. They're going to be the projects for tomorrow. So if you want to join the premium group, you can. This is what I'm doing more and more of. And in the premium group, you'll get to know about the hidden gems I've been looking at. I've got a couple this week that I'm going to do. One that could possibly 1000x, but it's a very outside chance. And another one that could possibly 100x. But even if it 10x's, if we just say, okay, it's going to 10x, I'm not going to promise anything, then that is a good return on your investment. Much better than keeping it in a bank. So you could do that as well. And you can join the premium group. There's a link down below. So look forward to seeing you in there. Obviously, there's a free group as well. You can join that as well and see what we're up to with CYT-Crypto. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining me. Really appreciate you watching these videos. I know you could be doing other things, but if you can, subscribe to these videos, hit the notification bell, and like this video as well. It'd be great to get a number of likes up, and just leave a comment as well, even if it's the comment to say, okay, I'm your number 42 like, or I'm your first like, or I'm your third like. Just a very quick comment. It really does help the channel. So thanks again for joining me. Really appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you next time. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.